Hi, I'm Tommy. Let's try some new skincare products. Now, if you're anything like me, then your social media page is probably full of a bunch of different skincare products to try. But in this video, I'm going through a couple viral ones that I figured would be really good on my skin. I'm currently dealing with a few scars and hormonal breakouts, but my goal is to get to a skincare routine that will give me glass skin over time. First, I want to say the thing that's helped me the most is this headband and wristband set because it soaks up all the water when I'm washing my face and I can really focus on my skincare routine with it. I also wanted to show you guys the old products that I'm replacing my new products with. So this is a Skin Fix oil cleanser. It's kind of an oil foaming cleanser, but as you can see, it doesn't really foam up that much, which is why I want to get rid of it and try something new. Before I had used a cleansing balm, but this is my first time trying a cleansing oil, and in this case, this is the Anua Heartleaf Pore Cleansing Oil. I saw this on my TikTok page and it's gone viral multiple times, so I figured I would give it a try. I really love the little pump blocker it has that stops the oil from spilling whenever it's in your travel bag, and how light the oil really feels. Rubbing it in felt pretty easy, especially with about 2 pumps of product. Because it's my first time using this product, I wanted to play it safe and only massage it in for about 10 minutes, but I usually do use my cleansing balm and cleansing oil for about 15 to 20. I did really enjoy massaging this product into my skin though, and on top of that, I managed to get a lot of sebaceous filaments out of my skin, which is what this cleanser is advertised to do. Now, when it came to emulsifying the product, I went through with some water on my hands and started rubbing it in, just slowly taking the product off of my face. I'm not gonna lie, it did take me a while to emulsify this oil cleanser off of my face completely. As you can see, I had to wash my face with the water a bunch of times, and I also made sure to be careful around my eyes because it does sting a little bit when it gets into them. For this first try, I was pretty happy with the product because it made my face feel really soft when I was done washing my face, even when my face was dry. Now, the foaming cleanser I had been using with the Skin Fix oil cleanser was this enzyme powder wash by Tosolum. Now, before getting the Skin Fix cleanser, I wasn't using this powder enzyme wash every day, but because I knew that the Skin Fix one had oil infused into the foaming cleanser, I wanted to make sure that I got all of the residue off of my face. The Tosolum cleanser does foam up pretty well, but not as good as this Anua Heartleaf foaming cleanser. For starters, I love how cute the packaging is, and you can tell that they put a lot of product inside of the bottle. I wanted to start with a small finger amount, and as you can see, once I added water and rub it together, it foamed up really well, which I just love. You can tell with this product that a little bit goes a long way, and that's really reassuring because it means I don't have to worry about searching for a new product every 2 months. The cleanser itself, being really soft, has a nice slip, so when I wet my hands again to rinse the product off of my face, I don't have to worry too much about pulling the product off. It really just comes off nice and easily. The foam itself is really soft, it has a slight fresh scent, and my face feels really clean and soft at the same time. This is the face of someone who is shocked by the fact that her cleanser is not stripping the moisture from her face. The next new product that I got was a new clay mask. Now, obviously, I put some lip balm on beforehand so my lips stay moisturized while I try them out. This is the old one I was using before called the Origins Rose Clay Mask. I love this clay mask. It helps my pores feel extra clean, and I like that it hardens, and when I wash it off, I can gently exfoliate my skin as well. It comes off nice and watery, which I also think is really nice just for me to be able to rinse off the clay mask pretty easily. The clay mask that I got to replace it is the Beauty of Joseon clay mask. It has a creamy texture, which is quite interesting. It's supposed to have red bean in it, so the scent really comes from that, but it's not really scented, just a little bit. As you can see in this clay mask, there are little black dots that are kind of used for exfoliating, so I made sure that when I washed it off, I was really gentle and I just lightly rubbed the beads across my face. It goes on really creamy and feels like moisturizer, and I put it on for about 15 minutes. I will say when applying the mask, I was a bit caught off guard by the texture just because of how creamy and thick it was, and honestly that did make me question if the mask was going to do anything for my skin, considering that the clay mask I had been using before did a really good job of cleaning my pores out really well instead of moisturizing them. But once I rinsed the mask off, I noticed how nourished and soft my skin felt, which was quite surprising. I rinsed the mask off a few times to make sure I got the creamy texture off, and then went in with my gua sha as usual. In case you're wondering, I got my gua sha from Mount Lai, and I don't use any serum with it. I just used water to glide the gua sha across my face. I've been trying new lip balms lately, so I tried the Summer Fridays one and I've been liking it so far. This one's in pink sugar, and I'm still using my lash and brow serum from The Ordinary, but I do think I want to switch that one out later. So the next product that I decided to replace was my topical serum. I'd bought 2 tubes of this prior and I'd used them all and I really enjoyed it, but I wasn't too fond of the smell and I honestly don't want to walk around with that type of smell on my face, so I figured I would switch it out with something different. This here is the Retinol Collagen Toner Pad from Mediheal. I chose this one because collagen helps your face stay youthful and retinol helps speed up cell reproduction, so I figured that would help me with getting rid of my dark marks a bit faster, and it would also help even out my skin tone. At the start, I was using these every day. I would use 2 at night and 1 in the morning, morning, but upon doing some research, I learned that retinol does not need to be used every day, but instead you can use it 3 to 4 times a week. So I quickly made the change to start using one toner pad at night, and then I would wipe it across my face, cut it in half, and use it as a short sheet mask. As for the packaging and the product itself, I like that it came in a brown container, which I thought was really cute. I found the tweezers to be pretty interesting. They don't seem that conventional, but I still use them because I don't want to contaminate my product with any germs. One thing that did catch me off guard was the shape of the toner pad. I did not expect for it to be net shaped, and it was a lot thicker than I expected too. I liked using this product as a first step since it lightly hydrated my face. This next product is the Toradin Hyaluronic Serum. I heard a lot about this, so I figured I would try it so I could work on hydrating my face a bit more since I do have dry skin. I absolutely love how the bottle pulls the product from the side of the dropper, that way it doesn't spill out everywhere. When I first started using it, I would say I used about a medium amount. I wasn't going to try and drench my face in it just so that I can make sure that the product was actually working. The serum itself is really lightweight and it does not have a scent. It doesn't leave a sticky residue on my face, and as you can see, I had an easy time gliding the product across my skin. As you can see, my face looks so hydrated after just applying 5 drops to my face. My skin didn't exactly feel like I added hydration to it, but it did look the part. Now this next product, I did not get a replacement for it. It was really viral for a while. The Snail Mucin from CosRx. I did like the product when I first got it, but after using 2 bottles of it, I think I'm ready for a change, especially since the product didn't feel like it was really doing much for me anymore. But of course, I'm not going to waste it, so I did apply it and let it sit for about 5 minutes before moving on to the next step. The final new product that I got was my new moisturizer. I wanted to make sure I got a moisturizer that was really moisturizing, and this brand Mixun was really popular on TikTok, so I figured I would check theirs out. It did not come with a spatula, so I decided to use my own. You can tell from what I showed you that it looks like a super soft souffle, but I was not prepared for how soft it would feel on my skin. Genuinely, I was so shocked when I rubbed it in. I had never felt something so soft and fluffy on my face before in my life. I immediately noted that a little bit of this goes a long way, and if you put too much, it can feel a bit too thick, so I made sure to layer it on lightly. But even with a light amount, it's still very moisturizing, and I think I did a good job buying this in the winter time. I'll tell you, this was kind of expensive, $35 for this little bottle, so it honestly just serves as a reminder for me to make sure that I'm using the product wisely. But again, after applying the moisturizer, my skin just felt so nourished and loved and hydrated, and it felt like everything was locked in perfectly. So those are all the products that I bought for now, and I will show you guys what my skin looks like at the beginning of this month. The acne I usually get is mainly diet and hormonal, so I have to make sure that I manage those well for the next couple months. But with the new products that I got, I did have about 70% high hopes for my skin getting better. So now let's take a look at how my skin is looking at the end of month 1. So as you can see, my skin tone is already so much brighter. The skeptic in me does want to say that maybe it's just the lighting, but even now as I'm recording this video, I can tell that my skin tone has definitely lightened up. Now using this cleansing oil, at the point of month 1, I was oil cleansing for about 40 minutes because I would sit down and watch a show and just sit there and relax. And then when I got to the sink, I would wash through it thoroughly, and I definitely got a bit better at rinsing the oil cleanser off. Next, with the foam cleanser, I still only have good things to say about it. It lathers up really easily and just foams up really well on my skin, and I feel like I'm getting a nice creamy and soft massage whenever I'm using this to wash my face. It's fairly easy to rinse off, and I can't pinpoint where exactly, but I do feel like it's really helped my skin in some way. As you can see, I'm very happy because my face is not being stripped by my cleanser. Now going in next with the Red Bean Clay Mask, I do still mix the two, the rose on my nose and my T-zone, and then the Red Bean Clay Mask everywhere else, and it definitely has just made my skin feel so soft. I think one of my favorite things is being able to combine the two, but speaking for the Red Bean Clay Mask in itself, a little bit does go a long way, and it just makes my face so soft once I rinse it off. The texture of the mask definitely still does catch me off guard, but the way that it nourishes my face honestly just makes up for it. One thing I will say is that when I was washing it off, I had to remind myself to be gentle, just because the little specks in the Red Bean Clay Mask, they do kind of drag across your skin a little bit. And I'll just briefly mention it here since I am using it and I will keep using it. But I do like to cleanse again with my Toadstool and Rice cleanser just because it gets any extra dead skin off of my face. Now that cleansing is done, I go in with my toner pads. Whenever I do a clay mask at night, I like to go in with my retinol toner pads, and I'll use 2 instead of 1, which is my norm for the day-to-day. I always notice such a big difference in my skin whenever I do this little clay mask and retinol pad routine at night. But my favorite thing about the retinol pads is that they hold so much serum in them, so when I put them on my face, I really feel like I'm getting the most out of the product. And definitely because of the product, you can see that my original spots have lightened up so much, which honestly made me so happy to see. And then next on to hydration is the hyaluronic acid from Torridon. I did notice that this, I have to use a lot more than I expected. When I first started out, I was using maybe 4 drops, and I noticed I didn't really cover my face as well as it really could have. I did do a couple of experiments, and I did notice that even if I use a couple more drops of the Torridon serum, it didn't really do as much as I thought it would do. So at this point, I started to consider maybe getting a couple more hydrating products for my skincare routine. And at this point, I was also putting my sunscreen on before my moisturizer, which is something that I changed. The Mix Soon moisturizer was my final step for my skincare routine at this time, and rubbing it in, I did notice that I wanted to start going a little bit lighter when it came to applying it before bed and during the day. But overall, considering that I was using this mainly during the drier months, I really liked how it locked in all of my moisture from my skincare routine. This is how my skin was looking at the end of month 1, and obviously I have no irritation, and I'm pretty happy with how my products have been working so far. So Tommy, which items will you be keeping and which items will you be letting go of? Let's go through it. A new pore cleansing oil. I do like it so far, but I feel like low-key there could be better. So I'm gonna try better. The Skin 1004 brand, they have a Centella one, and I'm looking into trying that. This one says it has pore clogging, whatever, chemicals or whatever in it. So I wanna try something that has a little bit less of that to see if that makes any difference. But I do wanna say that I rinse this out very, very well regardless, and I haven't really had any issues from it that I know of. That's why I'm looking to check and try a different one and then see. Maybe I am having issues and I just don't know about them yet. So I want to finish this one, but it's been pretty good to me. I just want to see if there's better. This, I will be keeping this, and I don't think I'll ever let it go. I love the way it foams. It's really light, it cleanses really well. It has a little bit of exfoliation. I actually found that it has a bit of salicylic acid in it. It's not one of the main ingredients on the front of it. It makes sense as to why it works so well. My face always feels clean, not stripped, and I love, like, it has a really light scent. It doesn't really smell like much, but I do like the way it smells, so love it. A little bit goes a long way. Still amazing. These babies, I am conflicted. I'm conflicted because this one, okay, this one's amazing. I'm gonna keep using it. I think it's made a huge difference in how my skin texture is, and just like, I don't know how to say. On the night side, I have a little pimple that's trying to form. When I put this on and I fall asleep, wake up, the pimple is like basically down, because again, retinol, skin reproduction, collagen, skin youthfulness, I don't know. So I'm keeping this one, and like when I first got it, the package was filled up to here. It's been 2.5 months, and I was using it for like about a week straight every day. No, maybe 2 weeks straight every day. And then now I've been using it every other day, and there's still a good chunk left. Like I think I still have at least a month left of this product. Now this one, we're gonna have to see, because it is almost gone. I have like maybe 4 more days of it, so I need to buy a refill. But this one, I feel like how hydrating it is. I just finished editing a video for TikTok, and before I even started editing that video, I was considering getting rid of this one, just because I felt like, oh well, it's running out too quickly. Like, do I really want to buy this again? But considering that it's been 2 months and it's almost gone, and how much it hydrates my skin, that is a big plus. And I can use it as face masks later. I will keep this one. It's just that I will make sure that I get a liquid, like a hydrating toner of some other sort. That way when I use this, let it set in, I can use another hydrating item and let it set in as well. Because I was gonna get a liquid toner anyways, so I won't get rid of this. I think it's really good for if I need extra plumpness to my face. So I will use it as little every other day masks. And by the way, this is one of the other things that I bought. I bought this in March, and I figured I need something a bit more hydrating. So this is where this came in. We did not introduce her before. These two. This one I did not introduce before. This one we have been using. I think this one works a lot better when you use a lot of it. The thing is that I've been using like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, and like lightly pressing it in. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna be drinking enough for me to sustain the hyaluronic acid, the 5 times of hyaluronic acid that this thing has. But I think it's decent. I will test it out a couple more times and probably see if I'll repurchase it, but right now I'm leaning towards a yes. And this, I bought this because although the retinol pad was helping even out my skin and make it look a bit more youthful and like less tired, it wasn't really clearing away my dark marks that quickly. Is this? Girl, I've been gone the whole time. it's fine. So because of that, I went and got this. It's really been loved online lately, and it has helped my dark marks clear up so much. Let me see. I'll show you guys the marks I had before. It's really hard to tell, but like, okay, you can see it now. That is because of this. The texture on those marks, gone. The marks themselves, fading away so well. Like, I should have started using this forever ago, but it's amazing. Absolutely repurchasing till the day I die. Let's talk about the face mask. I do like this, but I'm not sure if I'll repurchase it. First of all, this is how much I've used in 2 months. It's not even an inch of product that I've used yet, so it's gonna last me a long time. I usually do them maybe once or twice a week. For this mask, I like how moisturizing it is. So if I feel like my skin, and I do have dry skin, so if I feel like my skin is like needing just a bit of extra love in the nighttime, then I will use it. I have used it in the daytime before. It's also still good at that time as well. I'm a nighttime face mask user. But this, in the future, will I repurchase it? I'll assume yes, unless I find something that's way better. The final product that I had introduced in the beginning of the video is this Mixsoon cream. She's almost gone. Like almost gone. Like I think I have maybe 5 days, not even, left. I love how nourishing it is. I love how creamy it is, but I think the thing is that I need something a bit more hydrating and nourishing rather than just thick cream. Also, we are in the summertime now, so if I keep having a thick cream on my face, it's gonna make me look a bit more oily. As you can see the remnants of that right now. It's gonna make me look a bit more oily, and I don't really need that, so I think I'm gonna replace it with the Torridon cream actually, because the Torridon cream is more hydrating. It's actually part of the same line as this, so it's like it has that light blue color, and it's supposed to be super hydrating. Hyaluronic acid, I'm assuming, is in there. I haven't checked, but I know I'm getting that one regardless. And then I didn't show this before because I hadn't bought one, but I bought a new sunscreen. This has been amazing. This is actually, I watched a test on TikTok, and it showed that this is one of the sunscreens that does not get oily easily. It has more of a water-based consistency, which makes sense. Like the girl is in water in the pond here. So I love the sunscreen. It's been doing me really well. It's lasted me, I got this mid-March and we're in mid-April, and I think it's still about here. So yeah, so those are the products that I will be keeping and replacing, and I will now continue doing my skincare routine because, as you can see, a little bit of the brow was missing because I started washing my face, only to realize that I should probably film this video now. So yeah, thank you for watching. Oh, these, by the way, get them. Absolutely no doubt, get them. They're so cheap too. They're like $2. Anyways, thank you for watching. I will now continue, and I hope you liked the video. If you did like the video, please like the video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.